All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Gonna get started here in just a few minutes. For those watching the VOD on YouTube later, hello. Nice to see you. So this stream is my segment where I just take a sphere and I kind of mash it around, kind of like a sketchbook session. This isn't for anything in particular. We're just playing around, having fun, and sketching from random shapes. So it will get really stretchy, it'll get really messy, but that's kind of the point. So if that's your thing, you're in the right spot. That's what we're gonna be doing today. Like everybody. Hey Raul, how are you doing? Hello Jin, how are you? Apologies for being a little bit late. I was eating, I was shoveling it down my throat, so we're gonna get ready in just a couple minutes. And like I said before, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask as I'm doing things. This is just like a chill sketchbook session. We're just having fun with messing a sphere around, essentially. So, any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. All my socials are right here as well. If you are watching on the VOD, you can reach out with a DM if you're needing any help with anything, etc., etc. Hey Mond here, how are you? Hi Lucas. You're on time, let's drink coffee. Hell yeah. I've got black coffee today. Hey Alex. I'm good. Alright, so we're gonna get started here. I don't really know what exactly I'm gonna be doing today, so we're gonna do our regular masking and pulling, seeing where that leads us. Might be cool, might not, who knows? The idea is to use everything at a super low poly and kind of just have fun with it. Maybe it'll be neat, maybe it won't. But always keep in mind that you can Dynamesh anything in ZBrush and it'll use all of this information right here as like actual geometry. So that's kind of like the cool part about all of this. I'm just kind of like making some random shapes right here. I don't really know what exactly is going on. There's nothing going on in my little head. But we're just gonna pull, make some kind of interesting shape, and then play around from there, essentially. Hello, question. Is there ever an occasion that you would use Sculptress Pro mode? You know, you're infamous for your mesh deformations. Yes, I like to destroy everything that I work on, but if I'm going to be using Sculptress Pro, there are a couple of instances that I do enjoy using Sculptress Pro, which is which would be like something like a hand, like, you know, fingers, in between fingers. Like, let's say I'm already, you know, down the line, I've got everything, you know, Dynameshed, I'm working at a higher resolution, and I don't want to keep Dynameshing to get more resolution, or maybe the fingers are super close together or something like that. I could go like, you know, the clean way about it and actually remesh it and then subdivide it, right? And work that way, but a lot of the time I will just turn on Sculptress Pro and add a little bit more information where I need it to be in very specific parts. So I like Sculptress Pro for that reason. Otherwise, I don't use it too much. If I want things to be maybe partitioned very like strangely and very sketchy, because you can use Sculptress Pro with the smooth brush, right? And it will completely delete geometry. So if you wanted to get things a little bit like splattery or whatever, Sculptress Pro in that sense is really fun. I like to do that as well, in terms of sketching anyway. So Sculptress Pro for sketching, that's like the extent that I'll really do it. Otherwise, I like to have fragmentation in what it is that I'm doing. Hey Void, what's good? Yeah, just yeah, we'll see what the heck happens here. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just making shapes. Alright. This here. Ooh, it's kind of Quetzal-like, isn't it? Ooh. Maybe we'll do that. We'll go kind of Quetzal-y. I don't mind that. Big, long neck. And then how can we make some like interesting shapes here? So I really enjoy, you know, just taking the masking brush and then moving very specific parts around, letting it be all like crunchy and stuff at a really low poly. Because you can get some really cool things once you Dynamesh, you know? One thing I want to avoid is parallels. I don't want anything to be parallel. I like things being on angles. The only time I would actually want anything parallel if it's very, very deliberate with something mechanical. But if it's anything organic, you don't want like super parallel lines because that doesn't really occur in nature. The mysteries of fun part. Hey man, it's like opening up a Kinder Surprise. You don't know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it's a really disappointing toy. I kind of like this. I kind of like whatever is like going on here. We could probably do something neat. Hey Kevlar, yeah, I've been good. How are you? I've just been chilling. Been live on my channel a little bit. I mean, I've only been really doing like a little bit of noodling on this alien, the xenomorph that I was working on, but working really slow on that. Trying to pace myself because we have to do it with I have to do it with Stylus League. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Martin. Hope you're doing just as well. Which channel is that? Oh, my personal channel. Where is it? There, right here. Twitch, at @acubed. Right there. Boop, 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 boop. That's my personal channel. It's incredibly embarrassing. I say a lot of really embarrassing things. I'm also a potty mouth, so we're family friendly here. And so if you don't like non-family friendly, then don't go to my channel. You like non-family friendly, then go to my channel. Easy peasy. Watermelon. You're in here every single time just screaming about watermelons. It's fantastic. Watermelons are good. I do enjoy watermelons. Hey Soul, what's good? Thanks, Martin. It's the weirdness. The weirdness is where the goodness happens. I agree. I agree with that. Okay, I kind of want to, I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna like preemptively like shove in some of that good IMM Some of that good IMM. Ooh. Oh no, my notifs are still going. What in the heck? Can we... Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me like kill... 1 second. There's gonna be a weird transition here. Don't worry about this. I'm just getting rid of these. Deleting this. Nope, nope, nope. Quiet. Nope, nope. Remove. There we go. There we go. Now we're back. Wow. Okay. Don't worry. Worry about that. Then you won't hear the ding, ding, ding. Okay. We're doing an IMM body parts. That's for my own channel. I wish when you actually turned it off, the sound notifications also turned off, but it doesn't. So you have to delete it and re-input it every single time. Very cool, OBS. Anyways. We're gonna put in some body IMM because I actually am going to use these as arms. Like I'd like it to kind of like be like reaching. You know, like with his hands, like you can imagine it kind of doing this. That's kind of a cool, you know what I mean? Like it's like ah. Oh, this is the Pixelogic channel. So yeah, they broadcast to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well. Any specific creature or bug you're referencing for this sketch? No, I'm not referencing anything. The ones that I do on this channel, I just do like weird abstract stuff out of nowhere. That's kind of the whole point is like, you know, what can you create out of like literally nothing? Can you get any kind of creativity out of nothing? So that's sort of, you know, what I'm demonstrating here is just sketching, right? It's kind of the same thing. You open up your sketchbook, not all the time you're looking at something, you kind of want to just doodle. It's the same thing. You can do that in ZBrush. It's free. Freeing. It's freeing to do that. Okay. Whoa, I don't want... Oh my god. Hands! Can you imagine? Oh my god, I made... Actually, I made a joke, like, a joke kind of like self-request the other day. I was like, what if I just sculpt an entire thing with only IMM feet? Just make an entire monster out of IMM feet only. The industry standard tool set. Alright, back to this. Serious mode. On the Pixelogic channel. Be serious. No stupidity. Not for me. I am a professional. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of a twist on this because I want to work on these in symmetry still. The only time that I will be getting outside of symmetry is when I want to fully pose stuff, but you can do a lot of your work within symmetry before posing. Do that. Just like support that. And pull it out right there. More arm, bigger here. Good. And we're gonna actually make these right here longer and longer. And that's why, like, also on these streams, I don't use like my, you know, anything that I would use to like kit bash, you know, to make things faster, like in work or anything. Like, I'll literally just use the default ZBrush stuff because it's just like, yo, anybody can do this. Literally anyone can do this stuff. Makes it more fun. Because of course, like, you could make all of this a lot faster if you had like your own, like if I were to just bring in like my dragon hands or, you know, like reptile hands or whatever else, right? Like, it would go faster. But if you know, if you want to sketch from scratch, some crazy things can happen too. Full-time potter here, just had a church person come in to do a custom order. Nothing but curse words from the front. Oh no. Oh, that's brutal. Hey, 2IQ. 2IQ rhubarb. Let's be nicer to ourselves. Let's be nicer to ourselves. Let's put a 10 in front of that too. Hmm? I honestly have no idea, Brock. I have no idea. I'm in the dark about all of that, but as it stands right now, it's still the Pixelogic channel, but I'm just gonna start referring it to ZBrush Live. I think that would be easier because I don't really know where we are in terms of naming, in terms like with all that, but I do know that it is called ZBrush Live right now, so we're on the ZBrush Live channel. There we go. Works. More hands. Yeah, just like stack the hands on top of each other. Oh man. Be pretty gorgeous. All right. Just doing some initial movements. When you pose it, you can still kind of like use the same base in terms of like pose. Like you have more or less like, you know, two of the same fingers, like these two fingers for example, are closer together. You can still use that and then create a secondary pose that's slightly different for the second hand after you're done sculpting on both of them. So they can still be in this shape, but be like not identical to each other. I really, really enjoy sculpting hand poses. I do this to myself every single stream. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do like hands. Hands take way too long on stream to make something like more or less interesting, but they're just so expressive. It's like, how do you not? How do you just like not do them? All right, let's do some curve. I'm gonna give it a little bit more topology with a subdiv. And that's actually okay to do, by the way. Like sometimes I'll just, if I need a little bit more topology without dynameshing, I'll just hit Control D to give it a little bit more. Keep in mind though, if you're already like working at like 4 million polys or something ridiculous, don't Control D. Your computer is literally gonna go You don't want that. Unless like you have like a jacked PC and you're okay with working at like 34 million polys, then good for you. A boss from Elden Ring. Here we go. Here we go. Getting into that Soulsborne, like that looks like it's in a Soulsborne. Are the meshes from your IMM handmade or just available straight with? Yeah, so anything that like IMM based that I'm gonna be I use on the Pixelogic channel, the ZBrush Live channel here, is it's all like vanilla ZBrush stuff, just because I want to demonstrate sketching within ZBrush rather than all of this pre-made stuff that I already have, bringing in and just being like, oh well, here's how fast you can actually make a creature, you know, like, and like full creatures are just done in like an hour. It's, I mean, sketches, right? It's kind of cool to see what you can do with just like the basics before, you know, you've made all of your own stuff. But of course, making your own IMMs and things, it does incredibly speed up your workflow, but it's always nice to just not hit bash and do like sculpture from scratch, because then you're just like, you're learning anatomy and everything. You're learning like posing. It's good. It's good. You should jump back. Wait, I gotta turn off my heater. Ooh, do I have to deal with topology often, or are you just free to sculpt? Yeah, I'm a sculptor a lot of the time now. Occasionally I will be hired to do like the full thing. A lot of the time I'm just doing concept sculpts, previs. So lately haven't had to deal with a lot of topology, especially like with illustration jobs and whatnot. But yeah, sometimes I will have to. Most of the time, no. Okay, I have to do this. Yeah. I see. I want these fingers to be like longer and more imposing. I'm gonna grab this guy, open up the thumb a lot more. Probably pull that area back. What am I sculpting? I don't really know. We're just having a lot of fun with some kind of like sketchy concept. Nothing really in particular. Just trying to get some dynamic movement here with palm. Backwards a little bit. Insinuate some of that goodness in here, the separation. One thing I really like about hands is this sort of like webby thing that happens right here, right? Like this part. if this will like chill out. Yeah. That web area is really, really fun. In terms of like, even when it kind of like squishes together, it gets all like crunched up. I love to exaggerate that. What software am I using to stream with? I am using OBS. Open broadcast software. It's free. You can find it for free. Lots of resources on how to set it up. Pretty much everyone uses OBS. I'm gonna get that. Starting to get there. Jabberwocky? I actually don't have any idea. I feel like I know what that is, but I am blanking on it right now. I mean, so, PR Director. The thing is, like, not being able, not getting jobs where you don't have to do a lot of topology, I find is more common when you're freelance, like freelance specifically, like the way that I am. When I was in studio, things were not really like that. It wasn't as much like that. Some studios might have specific like sculpt artists. Most of the time that's not the case. So, you know, depends what you want to do. But I would recommend every single person getting into this industry as a character artist, environment artist, whatever, learn topology. You have to. There's no getting around it. I might not have to do that as much. I also work a lot in 2D. I'm kind of like a grab bag of different things of 3D art. So if you want to be a character artist or anything like that for games, film, TV, animation, blah, 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 you need to know topology. You need to. There's no getting around it. None. So don't take like, oh, well, you know, A-Cube said that she doesn't have to do topology for her job a lot of the time. No, okay? No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It doesn't work that way. Unless like you're going down like the concept art route, right? And you're mixing in, you're using 3D, like something like ZBrush or whatever, for your overpaints. You don't necessarily need to do topology then, right? Otherwise, if you're being a character artist, if you're making models used in production, you need topology. What's up, Mage? Just swapped to YouTube for a while to tell you that Twitch chat is bugged in your overlay, just in case you don't know. Oh, am I not getting any of the Twitch people? I'm not getting any of the Twitch people, huh? Wait a minute. Let's see. Let me like restream really quick. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. Weird. It says it's connected. me see if I can fix that real quick. Because I'm not seeing it then. Second. Just give me a second. Can I refresh? Weird. How does that work? Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure it out because like I don't really know why it's not showing, because it is streaming to Twitch, but the chat is just not going through. Oh, restream. All right. No, that reset didn't work. Let me just. What? Damn, that sucks. Okay, anybody who's on like Facebook or Twitch, if you want to comment, you're gonna have to go. I mean, I have the Twitch, I have the Twitch chat separately open now as well as Restream, so I can see the Twitch stuff. But I might miss some things because it's not all on the same page, so I apologize. Oh, I don't know what the last song was, but this is on Pretzel Rocks. Here. Hi, Bobbles. Sorry, yeah, I don't, sorry about that. I don't know why it's all bugging. What does Pro Sculpting mode? You never. Oh, Sculptress Pro. That is going to create topology as you sculpt, right? So if you look at this, I'll do like a quick show of what it is. So if you put on Sculptress Pro, which I have it on as A, like that's my hotkey for it is A. Turn that on, and then when you sculpt, you see you're actually creating topology. If you turn it off and then you sculpt, you're not creating topology, you're just modifying what's already there. So Sculptress Pro on, you're actually creating new topology with your strokes. Depending, you know, what your brush size is. If it's adaptive size, it will change that topology based on what your brush size is. So if I have a tiny brush, very dense, right? If I have a bigger brush, less dense. And then if you don't want the brush to decide what that is, you turn that off, and you can actually just work from this basic slider, which is the subdivide size. So yeah, right here it says 0.6, looks like that. So if you want it bigger, you just make it bigger, right? If you want the topology to be denser, you make that smaller. But just, you know, be careful of that. It can start getting incredibly dense very quickly. Like you saw, just a couple of strokes like this, we're already at 210 points in this area. So you need to be pretty mindful of that when you're dealing with that. And then another thing is this Undivide Ratio. So when you're doing anything smoothing related, it's pulling from that. So if you actually change this Undivide Ratio, it will kind of like, well, it literally divides basically what your subdividing is, however much. So let's say you have like a big thing here, you can maybe, you know, pull this out, but then you wanted this to be separate. You just hold this down with a larger subdivide size though, and you can start getting things to kind of like pull off like that, or you can delete parts of the mesh and whatever. So that's sort of how you use Sculptris Pro. I don't use it a lot of the time unless it's for very specific things. The B radius you just did on the shortcut keys. So if you're holding Control Shift and then you click, right click, then you end up getting like B radius or polygroup, right? Like you can actually create a polygroup just from this menu. B radius is pretty cool because it will adjust your brush. It'll affect what you're doing based on your brush size. So one common thing to use it with, I'm gonna save beforehand because sometimes when I do this while I'm streaming, I crash. Hold on. Woo! Whoa. I am pondering my orb. Yes. Oh, it's so powerful. This happens sometimes when I'm saving. I'm pondering my orb. This is very flattering. Give me a second. Whoa. What do I see? What fortunes await us? Oh, okay, it's gone. All right. No. It's just sometimes when I'm saving that happens. Give me a sec. Let me bring that up. There we go. Okay, so the B radius I like to use in conjunction with knife curve, for example. So knife curve, right? Basically, you're cutting things off and creating new polygroups wherever you want to, you know, slice your mesh. That's what knife curve does. So if you have B radius on, depending on what your brush size is, you just drag through. See that? It will create a slice of geometry based on your brush radius. You make it bigger slice, right? Or my favorite is when you're doing this, hold Alt and then let go. Oh, wow, brush radius, hello. Right? Very cool. Oh, wait. Brush radius. Wow. Pretty cool, right? Have fun with that. So Control Shift B radius right there. Be mindful of like absolutely spamming the knife tool around though. The higher topology you work on, the more non-manifold it is, the harder time your knife brush is going to have with it, and you might crash. Because essentially it is creating a, let me get rid of this. It is creating a polygroup no matter where you're slicing, right? And it's kind of like stitching together the side and figuring it out and filling it with a hole. So if you're kind of like slicing through something that's like non-manifold and it can't figure out how to close that hole, you're gonna have a really hard time and the program's gonna be like, I don't think so, bye. So that's when the knife tool is a little bit like not fun. So do all of your cuts and everything like that earlier on. Don't wait for like something, you know, where it's like really messy and then you just want to like, yeah, right through the center of it, because you might actually be creating a hole that is not fun for it. Like if you were to start doing this kind of stuff, but there's like extra nonsense going on in here with like non-manifold geo, it'll kind of freak out. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of where you're cutting. Cut responsibly, but knife curve is very nice. I like it. Enjoy. Do you think they'll add metaspheres like what Houdini has? I have no idea. Honestly, no clue what's coming down the pipeline. No idea. There's not a thought in this brain. There's nothing going on up here in regards to any of that. I couldn't tell you. Not a good speculator. Not in regards to like what a company might do. Who knows? Would be really cool. Who knows? Hey Cadilou, how are you? Best way to learn anatomy with ZBrush. You could download some cadaver, well, like, what are they called? It's not cadavers, because that is a literal dead thing cut in half. Not a fillet. A crochet. A crochet. There's a couple of a crochets on the marketplace, like good anatomy a crochets. You can actually bring that in and study it like interactively. You can, if you're rich, or have allowance, you can buy something like this from 3D Total, right? That's nice too. You can get that book called Anatomy for Sculptors. A lot of it is to do with learning anatomy in 3D rather than 2D. So those are some good points to work off of. You can! Mage, have I got something for you. You can turn 2D into 3D, and I use that very frequently. Hey, look, Twitch is working in the chat now. Hell yeah. Droids for sale, you fixed it. Bless you. Let me get you guys that that video, and I'll show you. Second? I did a little tutorial on how to, don't blow up my ears. Okay, here we go. Enjoy that. Alpha 3D for you. Yep. What am I making? No idea. No clue. That's the fun about it. We're just sketching. Yeah, Mage, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So if you do, like, I came from a 2D background, so when I think, yeah, Sprig, what was his username? His name is Alberto. He taught me how to do that like years and years ago when I first started streaming on my own channel. He was just like, hey, you can make wings with a picture of like dragonfly wings, like, or whatever, just turn it black and white and then boom. And you can even project the color information onto it afterwards and have pretty much exactly what you did. So that was pretty cool. And then I kind of just, like, for my own purposes, like, I'm like, oh, well, I can do like all kinds of like patterns and things like that and expand on that way. And that's sort of like where that dragon wing, bat wing kind of like workflow came from as well. So if you're more vector, you can also do SVG as well. I find, me personally, because I do a lot of stuff in Photoshop anyways, like bringing that stuff in is just easier for me, but if you are more vector-based, then SVG is also cool. There is a really old Ryan Kingsley anatomy model, but it's not, it's like really old. I would look for something new. The models that ship with ZBrush isn't, they're like, if you want something quick to start with a base, they're not bad, but I wouldn't use this as like a holy grail of anatomy. You know what I mean? Like they're there, like these things are like they're good for that quick thing, I guess. Like they're like as a base, but they're not. If you want to like actually learn anatomy, like you're gonna want to get something a little bit more detailed. Oops. Adjusting the anatomy, I'm just like thinking like this is kind of like human torso like, so I'm trying to respect that right here. What's cooking, Blitzkrieg? Not much over here. Chili Pepper Ghost Lion looking sculpt. Hell yeah, Ghost. Hi, TY. How are you? Sketching is fun because you never know what you're gonna end up with. True. I enjoy that, especially when you're in an art block. You just kind of like start pushing and pulling things, and it's like, woo, what's up? Yeah, them traps. Saw that in ZBrush. There was a command that simulates gravity. Example for clothes. Where is it? Dynamics, right up here. Bingo. There's your menu, just in dynamics. Hey, Collie, how are you? Did I miss something? Oh, they might have updated in the last version. I actually didn't check it out. I'm just saying that, like, in general, I would there's like a lot of different anatomy models. If you wanted to, you know, learn from anatomy in ZBrush. See, the fun thing about anatomy is there is no, like, it's frustrating, right? Because there's no, like, holy grail of, like, this is, like, you just learn from this one source and then you know everything. It's not the case, right? Like, if I were to take, you know, something like this is, I have to censor him, but something like this is fantastic because it gives you all of what you need as a base. So everything is there. However, the difference is that every single person is built differently. Everybody has differences in their muscles and how they kind of, like, sit on top of each other, and where, like, what they end up looking like underneath the skin with all the fat, and maybe they're scarred, etc. All of these things come into play with what the anatomy looks like. So when you're looking at, like, a crochet, you're learning where everything needs to go, correct? But then when you look at pictures, I find if you can do exercises where you take what you know from the crochet and then you draw over top of the picture to try to figure out where exactly all the muscles that you learned about are, you're gonna find really quickly that you're wrong a lot of the time. And that's very interesting because a lot of people, you know, if you look at all of these different types of bodies, they differ so much. So you need to know all of that as a base, but having different models, you know, in different poses, it really does help. And then doing, like, those, like, picture draw overs is really eye-opening as well, because you're like, oh my god, I need to study this pose, you know, and things. So you don't need to be a hyper master of this stuff, but it is also humbling, you know, when you finally start to get the hang of, like, where everything is going, to start doing these, like, draw overs of pictures and figuring out, like, do I actually know where all of this stuff is? Especially, like, backs of, like, older people, you know, when skin starts to sag and things, like, it starts to get very interesting. Hey, what's up, zombie? How to block out? Oh, like this? I mean, yeah, if you want to sketch like this, for sure. Yeah, Grafisa, I answered. It's dynamics. Dynamics, right here. Dynamics. Dynamics is where you simulate that, right here. Dynamics, 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 dynamics. Yeah, sculpting body fat is actually really fun though. Like that's where you start getting all of that, like, you know, the Michelangelo Bernini kind of like the dimpling, you know, if a hand touches like the waist of like another person on a sculpture, you get like that soft dimpling and things like that's not the muscle going in, that's body fat, right? And I think a lot of people are scared of like making their women like more like fat in their models, or like, you know, men having like fat over top of their muscles and relaxing things, but it looks so elegant when you do it properly because it looks natural, right? The only people that are like super like jacked to the tits with like -2 body fat are like the super shredded people that hit the gym every single day, 4 times a day. You're trying mostly to use Snakehook, but you think you have less control than ZBrush, and that's no, that's totally totally good as well. If you feel better using the ZBrush, that is totally fine, and actually the more common approach. If you're a little bit like antsy like myself, and you've got like maybe a party leg that's jiving underneath the desk like mine is right now, you can't seem to sit still, you need everything to go really, really fast, then maybe Snakehook tool is for you, you know? But it depends on you as a person and, you know, what you want to do with your sculptures and stuff. Like if you're more comfortable and more deliberate with the ZBrush, that is great. That is awesome. But this is an option for anybody who's just like, I need to go fast, I need to zoom, I am Sanic. You know what I mean? Barge in here, you need some help with a problem, ZBrush, you were wondering if you could help. Yeah, you can ask away. I won't, like, there's no guarantee that I will. If it's something more along the lines of a technical issue, like a tech issue that you need to write a ticket to Pixologic for, then I would recommend you do that. But if you have like tool questions or something, feel free. Okay, I wanted to like do something more. Yeah, let's do multi-hands. See if I can get something a little more creepy. You're fine, Big Cat. Hmm. Hey, Scrolls! No worries, though. We didn't do too much. Hey, Reth, how's it going? Do I have a traditional background in sculpture? Somewhat. Like, I've done traditional sculptures, not a lot of them. I'm more of a 2D artist and painter, actually. The fun thing, you know, when you're doing painting, a lot of people don't realize, but painting actually requires you to think in form as well, so it transfers over pretty well, in my opinion, skills. there a link to my gear? No, I don't have a link to my gear, but I do, I can tell you real quick, I use a 2070, I'm using a Ryzen 9 3900, and this is a AT 2020 mic. I'm using a C920 webcam. I've got 64 gigs of RAM. This is a Cintiq 22 HD. I have 2 monitors, ROG Strix, 27-inch. Yes, that's pretty much. I don't know if you need an IKEA chair. Oh, I'm not sure about the multi-streams, Howard. I have no idea. Potentially. I think a lot of people liked it. I think a lot of people liked those multi-streams. I don't know. I don't know if they're, what's going on right now. I think people are kind of busy. But if there is, you're definitely going to hear it from Pixelogic. They'll announce it. They'll make an announcement. Not sure, though. Pick some shapes. Is this what lives in my head? Huh? You know, not really, if I'm being honest. Like, when I sketch these things, I just kind of like go with the flow with the shapes, and then it ends up existing on a page or on the document, right? But it's not like I have this idea before I come into the stream or anything. Collapse. It's a matter of specialty. So Blender doesn't have the ability to handle sculptures, especially ones that are higher resolution, the same way that ZBrush does, because ZBrush is a 2.5D program. So it is able to handle things upwards of, you know, hundreds of millions of polygons, depending on how you split your project up, no problem, right? Whereas if you're in Blender, you end up having more of like a chugging thing happening if you even approach 1 million polygons, because of the fact that it's a true 3D program, right? It's a 3D suite. So Blender is well-rounded in the sense that, like, you know, you can do pretty much whatever you want in it, but it's not specialized. It's a jack-of-all-trades program compared to ZBrush. ZBrush is specifically for sculpture. It's specifically for this sort of like work and you know, high-end creature and character concepting and things like that. Like it's got a lot of tools that make sculpture a lot more enjoyable and faster than Blender does. So nothing wrong with Blender, it's just not a specialty program. You know what I mean? Do you prefer the tablets with the actual screen on them compared to the blank ones? I have both. I have this one, and then I've also got my, for if my shoulder's like really crapping out on me, I'll switch back to my desk tablet. You have a Ryzen 7 with 1660 upgraded processor now in learning stage. I mean, right now, oh, dude, everything's so expensive right now. That's like, it's what you have, Howard, what you have is not bad. It's not bad. Also, it depends on like RAM, right? Like if you're running something with only 8 gigs of RAM, you need an upgrade. Like that's like, ZBrush can run on a toaster, but it's better to have around at least 32 gigs these days. At least, like I'm talking like at least. But you know, anything that you can get your hands on is good. There's 16 gigs of RAM. All right. Yeah, I would look into upgrading. Maybe get like another stick of RAM if you have the space for it on your processor. I don't know, on your motherboard. Angeles. Your Cintiq 24 HD stopped turning on, so you're back to your old unit. Oh my god, that sucks, dude. Oh god. I really hope that doesn't happen to me. Please, 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 please. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Quickly save this. I want to like adjust bling. I want to adjust the way that this looks overall. I can do a quick one of these. No, just gonna give it a little Dynamesh real quick. Let's do go to Transpose, T-pose mesh. Play around with that. Yo, what's up, Dave? Or a stick of patience. I mean, true. Like, you can get by with 16 gigs of RAM and a lower end PC overall, but it's just like, you're just gonna have to deal with the chugging, right? So. And, like, there is, like, a cap to how high res you could go with just, like, 16 gigs of RAM. Your smooth brush isn't working anymore. You don't know why. Restarting was no help. Your smooth brush? Did you save over it with something else? Try grabbing like another one, like a different smooth brush. You can grab a different, there's like a bunch of different smooth brushes. Try a different one. Why when you try to sculpt your model, he is blocking by invisible floor. There's an invisible floor? And it's blocked by it? I'm confused. When you're trying to sculpt your model, he is blocking by invisible floor. There is a floor right here. This is what you're talking about? Shift P turns floor grid on and off. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Yeah, but all right. Well, you know, if you're what 26 million in one, I don't think in one subtool. That's not. Excuse me. Power. I guess you would be working with multiple subtools. Oh yeah, Chris, don't bet on that though. As much as I want to be like encouraging and be like, yeah, get yourself a 4000 series. Like when it comes out, like it's a problem. It's a serious problem. And when the 4000 series comes out, you can bet your booty hole that the crypto miners are going to jump on that as fast as possible. Yeah, they're not suitable. Well, we'll see about that, dude. I don't know. They, NVIDIA a while ago said that they made new drivers for even the 3000 series to prevent mining. That didn't really prevent them from being bought out, so... If I can do anything interesting with this, it's kind of eh. Do I have a laptop or something for sculpting when you're out and about? Nah, when I'm out and about, I am out and about. F that. I am not going to be chained to working 24/7. But if that's your thing, then laptop away. But no, if I'm out and about, I'm out and about. I'm not gonna bring my work with me. As much as I love doing art, I am not bringing it that way with me. If I'm gonna do that, I'll just like bring a sketchbook or something. Thanks, Scrolls. It's not really like anything yet. Probably gonna do a little bit more with the creepiness factor. I'm kind of needs it needs something else. I think like this whole back part. Yeah. It'll balance out more if I kind of bring this down, I think. Multi-subtool, you can go for more than 26 millions. And so, okay, so if I really want to push it, I've had a single subtool hit 32 million just on stress testing with the 64 gigs that I have. But like, why would you really want to, like, you know, like, do you need to do that? I don't know about that. It's kind of unnecessary. Just here. So you can kind of see, like, I'm doing like a kind of back leg thing, but it's still arm anatomy mixed with like leg anatomy, so it's gonna be really all like messed up. But I think that'll be really creepy and fun. Need to figure it out. I'll definitely get these to be chunkier fingers. Okay, and then I'll do overall, like, I guess bigger strokes. I'm gonna grab this and make it a little tinier though first. Bigger strokes to kind of create a little bit more balance. Whatever is going on here. It's definitely still an elbow, but it's gonna be inverted to look like a knee. Hell yeah. Okay, and I'll look at Chad in a sec. Just wanted to get this kind of figured out. I'll look at Chad in just a second. Okay, and do we want that big or tiny? Probably big, yeah. Front, it kind of gives like a bee/waspy vibe. On the side, got something else going on. Want this to do more of like a whoop whoop. Overall, I'll probably bring all of that down. And we're looking more for that overall. Looking for an overall gesture rather than super solid at this point. Like what's going on right here. Probably exasperate that muscle area right there. Get it really nice and spindly, thin. That. Pull it out, sharpen the elbow area. You need to get everything to be really spindly. Throw this back into subtools in a second. Chat. That looks better. Okay. He posted sub T. All right. My candle, it's not on today. It's just chilling beside me. Do I have my Discord community for artists? Love to join if you have. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not super active, but it is there. If you really want to join it, I'll grab an invite for you. It's not like, I'm not like hyperactive. We're not doing like anything super crazy special or anything in there. We're just hanging out, you know? If you want to like put your stuff in like the art and questions and ask for critique in there, sometimes people are able to, and around. Here we go. Yeah, feel free to join. There you go. Let's see. Save this real quick. A skull. Oh. Living fire and yeah, that's a lot of, yeah. It's a lot of it's kind of unnecessary to have that much, in my opinion, in one subtool. Should definitely get into the practice of splitting your mesh up into different pieces. Super basic question, you use mask, extrude a lot, but your meshes often get holes once you dynamesh. Any idea how to fix for that? Okay, so you're getting the Swiss cheese stuff. If you're Swiss cheese, if your model is Swiss cheese, there's two different things that you're gonna want to approach. First of all, try inflating the mesh that you did. Maybe there's just, it's too, maybe the mesh that you have is kind of like intersecting. If it's non-manifold, like point A, point B, right? If it goes like this, that's non-manifold because it's going inside of itself, right? So if Dynamesh is looking at point A with a positive normal facing out that way, and point B with a positive normal facing out that way, and if they cross, their normals are now inside, it will delete that. It's like dividing by 0, right? Like you can't, it does not work, right? So definitely try inflating to reverse that from happening, to make sure that your non-manifold is not there, like in terms of like those small spindly pieces. And then another thing as well, if you want to just like make sure that you're not getting a whole bunch of Swiss cheese, like if your whole model turns into Swiss cheese, then go into geometry, go down to mesh integrity, and then if like this is going to have some errors, so check mesh integrity. It'll tell you it contains 197 faces with multiple references to the same vertex, so that means one face is going to be saying point A is actually my corner, and that's kind of like, bro, no it's not, you can't be doing that, that's not manifold. So then you can kind of like figure, yeah, it'll tell you everything that's wrong, and then fix mesh and it'll get rid of that stuff. It'll weld everything that's funky together, and then you can try dynameshing again after that, and it should have fixed it for you. But a lot of the time it's because of you just need to do a quick inflate on it, because point A, point B are kind of doing this. Catching up on chat real quick. I don't rig any of my no, I don't rig any of my characters. There's not really any new news on the Maxon stuff. I think they have a fact page out, and that's like updated as any kind of news comes out. But I'm not like on the inside of the Maxon news. I don't know. I don't work for Pixelogic / Maxon. I'm just a volunteer here. I don't know. I can't really help on that. Hey, Jin. Thank you. Do I use XP Pen or Wacom? I use Wacom. Or Wacom. Yeah, I've rigged before. I've rigged things before. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like it. I like to just sculpt and create sculptures within Pose and things like that. I don't like going through like the entire process all the way down the pipeline, rigging things like manually or whatever, and then posing it. I'd rather sculpt and draw and paint. It's a preference of mine. But it actually, that's a good point to bring up though. Like if you haven't tried everything in the pipeline, definitely do that. If you're wanting to be a character artist, I highly recommend trying even like things like rigging, honestly. Because not only will you find out if you like it or not, right? Because you might actually like it, but you end up learning a lot more about the pipeline in general and what you can and can't do with characters. This, again, is not for production. This is a sculpt. Just a sketch, like as if we were doodling in our sketchbooks. So before you come for my head being like, yeah, well, I can see that you've never been a rigger before because you're doing double jointed characters and backwards jointed characters, and you know how hard that would be to rig, and you clearly have never retopologized in your life because you have such thin geometry going. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's a sketch. We all good. We're Gucci. Also, if you have like really like thin geometry, another thing that you can do when you're retopologizing is like if you're doing it for games or whatever, use cards, right? Like cards are a thing that's used a lot for thin geometry effects, all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind for whatever it's worth. Are you smooth scrunchies? Sometimes I just leave them alone. Bot alert? Where's the bot? Restream bot is just taking things from the other chats and putting it into the chat. Like if it crosses cross-platform chat essentially, so it'll be Restream bot and then it'll say the person's name from a different platform that you're on. No, I don't really use Blender that much. It's good though. Nothing against Blender. All right. Sometimes I put alphas on my move brush just to give it a little bit of oomph, you know? You can put an alpha on your snake hook. Like this. Masky, masky, masky. Actually, let's grab right here. Yeah. All the same thing. That. All the same thing. Okay. Here. This. Thing. We could probably... Back. My chat is not updating. Hold on. What other programs do I use? Yeah, so ZBrush is my main one. I use Keyshot for rendering. I use Photoshop for painting and compositing. Blender sometimes I will use. Maya is another one as well. What else do I have down here? Yeah, I mean those are my main ones. Oh, are things popping up? Could be a bot because of the .ong message. Oh. Oh, that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's annoying because like I don't really know how to... Shoot, hold on. Let me see if I can get rid of that on YouTube. Give me a second. I don't know if I have that kind of moderation on YouTube though. Get rid of this. Oh no, I can ban. I just don't know if I can get rid of specific messages. Looks like I can though. I have power. Don't fuck with me. Okie dokie. Give this more life. What's going on in here? Remember them bones in the hand, you know? I'm gonna exaggerate this stuff. It's on your hand. And that. A little bit more exasperated. This is a little flatter, this muscle here. Not higher. Yeah. I always have to check that one. It's so weird. I don't know why that one specifically always messes me up. The thumb being lower down on the inside of the arm compared to the outside thing. Hello, you're an annoying song. This. Go back this way. Hey Devast, how are you doing? Alpha on Snakehook? Yeah, it's great. It's actually a lot of fun. Definitely try that. There's a lot of things that you can do with the brushes to experiment. Fun thing about ZBrush is it really encourages experimenting. You can just like mess around and figure it out. And it's okay. You can always Dynamesh, it's fine. You try sculpting it down, then the model gets flat on the bottom like there was an invisible I am not 100% sure, Bonk. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't think I've run into that problem before. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Hey Joe, welcome. If Keyshot becomes a non-partner in the new setup, do you have or have you been looking at any side programs for rendering? And if so, how do you feel about your options? So, Sir Doom, that's a good question. Right now, it looks like the partnership is continuing. That's what they say on their fact page. So there's nothing really to worry about there if you do have Keyshot, right? So I think that the partnership is very healthy and all that. But, you know, alternatives, let's say you didn't want to buy Keyshot, there's like, the thing that's great. Okay, first, let me set this up, right? Keyshot is good because, you know, you can kind of like make materials super quick or just use pre-existing ones and drag and drop. Like, it's just really, really fast. Even to like set up lights and everything like that, it's very, very quick. However, if you want something free, there is Cycles and Eevee, right? In Blender. It does work. It does, but you do need to familiarize yourself with the rendering pipeline rather than just like throwing something over and dragging and dropping anything in Keyshot. If you're a beginner, it might be a little bit more of a learning curve to make Cycles and Eevee look good. That being said, Maxon has acquired Pixelogic and Maxon owns Redshift. This is speculation. I don't know if something's going to be coming down the line in regards to Redshift, but Redshift is owned by Maxon, right? So keep that in mind as well. Maybe something is happening there. Am I using Move? So I'm using Clay Buildup and Snakehook, yeah. I use Snakehook a lot. I even use it just for sculpting purposes. Do I ever use Alt Smooth? If I already have topology, let's say I already have a low res model to work on and it has pretty clean topology, I will Alt Smooth because I want things to be very, very specific when I'm smoothing things. So Alt Smooth, if you're holding, so for those who don't know, I'll demonstrate it really quick. The different bling. Here we go. Make publish 3D. So let's say, you know, you had this. This was what is going on with your sculpt. So if you were to smooth it, you can see everything kind of just homogenizes, right? You just homogenize everything. But if you were to hold, if you were to, well, actually a better example. Let me try a better example here, like pulling something out like that. So if you were to use the smooth brush, it kind of like all homogenizes. But if you were to hold like shift and then let go of that, the Alt Smooth, it kind of does a different version where it is still homogenizing, but it's trying to maintain shape. You can see that, right? So shift and then hold, keep holding, let go of shift, and then keep going. That is a different version of shift, which is just this. You can see the difference. So one tries to maintain some volume, whereas the other one is just going to homogenize everything. But Alt Smooth I will really only use if I have, if I am doing something with existing topology, because then it kind of like, it kind of slides along the surface a little bit better, and it's not like getting chucked into wherever land. Many ways to skip, exactly, sir. Hey, Dan. More difficult to do these streams to this music, you know, it wouldn't be your usual choice. A lot of the time I like to work in silence though. I've just kind of gotten used to it. Yeah, my usual choice is like not usually this stuff. But if I were to play the kind of music, I mean like me like lifting up my infected mushrooms like hoodie, like I'm pretty sure a lot of you wouldn't be able to stomach this kind of stuff. Like, it's very, like... I mean, go ahead, Google infected mushrooms. Tell me if you like that kind of stuff, right? Like, that's the... I bounce between that. House music is a little bit more tolerable, you know, like... I listen to weird shit when I'm working on my own, so when I'm on this channel, this is sort of like... just... it's pretzel rock, so it's YouTube safe, it's DMCA safe, right? So it's fine, I'm used to it, but it's not my usual choice. What's Redshift? It's a renderer. Maxon owns it. Shh. Not anymore, zombie. I've been inside my box for a long time. I'm not a rave kid these days. Asking because often when stuff trades, yeah. No, I can say Blender all I want. The truth of the matter comes down to ZBrush being better of a sculpting software. It just is. Like Blender and ZBrush are not the same. Blender is a 3D suite, whereas ZBrush is a specialized program. Man, ZBrush exists any physics, maybe it interacts with your model. The only physics existing in ZBrush is dynamics right here. But I don't think you are using that. I'm really not sure what your problem is. I would help you if I knew. Yeah, AAA. My parents thought it would be great to name me that. Turns out I was incredibly reserved when I was in school, so when it came to oh, I'm working on that. Oh, my bad. So when it came to it being my turn to present, it was always first, and I did not like that at all. Infected mushrooms, the best stuff from infected mushrooms is their old stuff, in my opinion. Maybe that's controversial, but I love their old stuff more than the new things that they've been doing. The new stuff's okay, but the classics, man. There's some pretty much everything in Vicious Delicious too. Yeah, literally, yeah, always first with AAA. Yeah. Yeah. Is it easy to make hair in ZBrush? You can be if you're patient. There's a couple of ways to do it. Of course, you could brute force it by sculpting, old school, drag a sphere, you know, do your hair, you know, big clumps or whatever. You can sculpt it out. And then there's fiber mesh. So if you're interested in playing around with fiber mesh, this is basically how you can, like here, I'll show you real quick. So if I were to mask out that area and then say preview, modifiers, we could do, you know, like we can start getting some fiber. That's a little bit intense. Let's do this, no coverage, thicker, less fibers. Like you can start to see, like you can start playing around with hair. My model's huge in this scene right now, so you're gonna have to make sure your model's appropriate scale in order to actually work with the modifiers in fiber mesh properly. So that's one way. And then another way, I have a video for you. I have a tutorial. Here's another one. Got a tutorial. I got a tutorial for you. Ready? Here you go. That's my preferred way of doing hair in ZBrush. There you go. Are you serious, Bonk? In dynamics, your floor collision was enabled, and that is what. Are you serious? Oh, okay. I'm glad it worked out. I have just never run into that problem before, so I'm happy you figured it out, Bonk. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I was called Battery a lot in school, Reaper. Yeah, that was, hey, you're like the batteries. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, you know, when you're a kid, it doesn't matter. Like, battery is not a bad word. Like, being called a battery, like, what, like, that's not an insult, right? But the second that somebody pins you for something, like, that's it. You're doomed. You're doomed. You're done. Somebody, like, or like, makes your name rhyme with something, you're screwed. As a kid, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. Somebody, like, rhymes with your name, you're done. You're done for. You're done for. That's it. It's the worst thing ever that could ever happen to you. You know? So, like, somebody calls you something, boom, it sticks, oh, you're done. You're screwed. As a kid, you're done. It's over. Your life's over. It's meaningless. Everything's pointless now. My name rhymes with something. My name can be referenced as something else. What is the point of my existence as a child on this mortal coil? It's how it works, man. Yeah, you guys relentlessly helping Bonk. Like, hell yeah, we did it, dude. Crowdsourced that Bonk's Bonk figured it out, dude. It's awesome. Got called Lurch a lot because of my family name, which is the same as yours. Oh yeah, I got called Wednesday a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday bothered me a lot. Oh hey, it's the Addams family. I'm like, it's not even a bad thing. It's not even bad, but you're just like, you're screwed. As a kid, you called me as this thing that exists. I'm doomed. All right, I am gonna keep going here. Hair, braid it, and then convert it into fiber mesh. I'm not sure. Technically, I guess you could, in a way. Maybe. Not really. Converting it to fiber mesh. You could use it as a base and then like groom it into the same shape. I don't know. Maybe there is a way. Like you use guides. Ooh, making braids in ZBrush. I'm not sure about that one. I wish I could help you. I'm not sure. Aw, edit mode. That's just mean. That's actually mean. That's actually mean, man. Kids that their names rhyme are gonna have them name their kids Orange and Silver. Yeah. Specifically Orange. I mean, if kids want to make your name rhyme, they will find a way. They'll like make up some stupid thing. They'll just make it, they'll make something up and then you're doomed, you know? So these ones I'm gonna actually do like pretty thick finger pads. It'll be a lot like chunkier because it supports weight. Oh yeah, your first name is Adams. So yeah, you probably still got the Adams like family thing, even though it's yeah stupid. Pavlovich got a tutorial on braiding. Perfect. There you go. Go look at Michael Pavlovich. She's got a tutorial on literally everything. If you want to know how to eat soups with a spoon, Michael Pavlovich has got your. He's got your back. If you want to know how to breathe, Michael Pavlovich. You know, you want to know how to tie your shoes, Michael Pavlovich. You want to know what the heat death of the universe is gonna look like, Michael Pavlovich. Like honestly, just look him up. It's good. You played the Addams Family theme song at your reception? Oh my god. F to all Adams, all Adam and Adamses out there. Gory Corey. Dude, that's dope. Yo, that's dope though. I wish I was just called a freak and battery and like Wednesday Addams and just avoided. I was just that weird creepy kid in school. I was probably smelly too, greasy hair, you know? I always wore like these fingerless gloves every single day, no matter what. I would not take them off. But I wasn't like emo scene or anything. It was like I was just like dirty and grungy. It was disgusting. Yeah, tutorials for both core and regular ZBrush, that's top notch. Yeah, definitely go check out Michael Pavlovich, 100%. Alright. Your last name made you Rosie? Coined me the nickname of Rosie, got you. Yeah. Everybody's got their nicknames. The Trip Pants era? I don't know. Dude, I was never fashionable. No, I was a truly sad child. I wasn't doing things to ever look good. I actually was like, I think cognitively, like socially, I was pretty behind everybody else. I actually didn't know you had to dress nice in order for people to treat you nicely until I was like probably in college. I was dressing like a fool for a long time. I didn't know how to interact with people very well for a long time. I didn't understand social cues for a long time. I was pretty like behind in terms of that stuff. I would literally just like sit outside by myself drawing all the time. And a lot of the time it was or very early on, it was very like weird, disturbing, like stuff. It's, I'm not. Sheesh. Like, I don't blame people for not like wanting to hang out with me when I was a kid. I was weird. Like, I'm thinking back on it now. Like, I was weird. Everybody was watching like High School Musical and like crushing on like the boys in like High School Musical and stuff, and I literally, like, I'm telling you right now, I did not understand. I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand why people liked High School Musical. I didn't understand why, you know, people like just anything like that. I was very confused. But I would watch it and I'd be like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. You're supposed to play Halo, now you're opening ZBrush. Dude, go check out the Infinite Halo, the Halo Infinite dump. Oh my god. Oh my god. One of my somebody that I look up to painting wise, he's like really good with scale. Ruan? Gia? Check this out. Speaking of Halo. Oh. No, where is it? Hold on, I gotta reopen it. My bad. Yep. Look at this stuff. Look at this. Go onto ArtStation and like check all this out. But like look. Yeah, sweet. Look at all that, like, I love this. Sick, dude. He's so good. Like, that's, oh my god. I am a huge Halo fan, so seeing this kind of like these kind of like emotional paintings involved with it too, I'm just like, hell fucking yeah. Look how cool this is. Okay, anyways, go check out the Halo art dump. The ones that I'm showing you right now was from Ron Gia. Definitely check out this artist. Even if you're like a sculptor, his work is incredible. Like, absolutely fantastic, phenomenal stuff. I love his like dragons that he does, just the scale of everything. Look at these like tiny ships in the background and everything like that. The close-ups. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, here, I'll type it in chat. There you go. But then the actual art dump for Infinite, check that out too. I have the art book. Oh my god, I'm not gonna. Okay, relax. I'm not gonna go into fan mode. I'm gonna keep sculpting. Sorry. Sorry. I really love Halo. Yeah. I saw Luke was doing like an elite without the a Sengheli. Am I using ref for this, or is it just yeah, just imagination? We're just chilling. Yeah, his dude, check out his whole gallery is mind-blowing. The way that he paints is, oh, I love it. Just looking at certain artists, when you see their work, I'm sure everybody has their own brand of artists that they look at and they have the same feeling. I just love that so much. It's so refreshing. You look at an artist and you just feel like so alive, you know? Like it's like, that's inspiring. Like I can't wait to aim towards something like that and more. Like I just want to get better. You make me want to get better, you know? And I love that there is that in our community so much. Was the music program that's free Rain that I use? Yeah, Pretzel Rocks. Here you go. Hey Shane, what's good? Guys, if you don't know Shane, another ZBrush streamer, he's in chat. You should definitely check him out. I can't do any shoutouts on this channel, but this is a shoutout. Shane Elson. He's awesome. He does more stylized stuff. So if you're interested in that, he's very, very good at breaking stuff down into very simple shapes. Check them out. His streams are also very chill. Very chill. Whereas when you're with me, it can kind of be a grab bag. Sometimes it's chill, sometimes it is not. Thanks, Shane. When I'm sculpting with HD geometry, how do you bake with HD geometry? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. HD geometry is its own workflow that I don't use that much. So I can't give you an answer on that. If in doubt, Michael Pavlovich. I think actually, one of the presentations during the ZBrush Summit went into HD geometry. Was it the CD Projekt Red guys? It might have been CD Projekt Red. They started talking about HD geometry there. So maybe check out the ZBrush Summit presentations from the year that just went by. RB, there's always some of that hidden in what I do. There's always a little bit of that. And if you find it, good for you. Sometimes I don't even know where it is, but it's in there. Always in there, hidden around. I'm actually thinking that these things, I don't want them. I have decided that I don't really want them. Smaller. Yes. Work with this instead. Oh, I do Dynamesh Sunstrom. I just wait for, well, I usually just like go until I can't go anymore with the low res, and then I Dynamesh from there. Bonk is deep into design. Yeah, Bonk got his stuff figured out, and then he was like, I'm out. I got it. I got this. Good for Bonk. Be like Bonk. Do your work. The deviants from Eternals? I didn't watch the Eternals. I did not see it. Knows how to use it, but doesn't use it often in his workflows? Oh, HD. Oh, the HD geometry, yeah. I don't know, I was just saying, like, in terms of people who actually show how to use it, I think there was a presentation from CD Projekt Red. Yeah, I'll check it out later, B. I'll check it out later. Not missing much. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing it wasn't that great. I'm not like a huge like Marvel fan anymore, really. So I don't really. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not sure I really like these things, to be honest. These like side things. This kind of works better. Yeah. Yep, I'm not gonna use that. Just gonna pull these out more. I was just more interested in the Eternals because of the visuals, like the absolutely mind-blowing, like I love anything with like ridiculous scale, you know, like things that really are mind-bogglingly like big. But I heard that even that wasn't that exciting, so oh well. You know what? I kind of need to go to the bathroom. I kind of need to go to the bathroom. I think I'm going to take a break. Go to the bathroom. Okay, I'll go bathroom. Save real quick. I'll finish up an hour and a half of the stream to go. So I'll be right back in like 3 minutes. And then I will continue onwards and upwards. Okay. BRB. Get up and stretch. Put this on the screen. People can be like, ew, what is that? As usual. Go. Whee! Okay. Alright, BRB. Okay, I am back. Bubba is here. He's got his cone on because he started eating his armpit again. We have to keep taking it off and putting his cone back on once he's done eating his arm. Like, stop. Why does he do this? Why do you do this? I know why. It's because he gets allergies and then he licks. Yeah. But he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He'll be better soon. But here he is. The cone boy. There. Oopie. You'll get it off.
Boogie. Down we go. Oh, whoop. Good boy. Good boy.
He'll get the cone off again soon. But yeah. Otherwise he just ends up, like, you know, infecting whatever it is that he's hyper licking, because he has a lot of allergies. And you know, every time, like, he has to go outside to go to the bathroom, and there's a lot of salt on the ground right now and other chemicals and stuff, so we always are like washing his belly and things, but sometimes, like, even that, it's like some things are just not enough and it doesn't always clean him 100%, and then he's allergic to that and his skin goes freaky, and it's just like, wintertime is a very annoying time when you have a dog with sensitive skin who's close to the ground. It's just, you know, you do what you can. Yeah, he's fine. He's used to the cone. We actually had a softer one, like you've probably seen him with his donut. Sometimes he wears the donut as well. Recently it kind of broke, so I have to buy another donut for him. So in the meantime, he's got the plastic one on, but he's fine with that too. It appears he is a handsome boy. Yes, he's a very handsome boy. He bork. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. A dodo? Dude, yeah. They're very extinct, though. What station do you listen to on Pretzel? This is chill EDM. Might not be available to you unless you have like unless you pay for it. But like there's like free channels as well. I also use this for my personal stream, so I bought like a month of it also so that the chat bot would stop spamming. If you're using this like in your own streams, the chat bot will go wild. It is it's kind of a freak like that. Every new song that's playing, it will put it in the chat, which is like nice, but it's also not nice. Sorry, I just realized I'm like doing a lot of that stupid thing that I do, which is like sculpting upside down. I sculpt upside down a lot. I'm so sorry if this is disorienting to you. It's just kind of faster for me. Oh, thank you, Evie. I appreciate it. I'm happy to hear that. Turn my head and cough? Say what? Yeah. They have some good new stuff, but I think most of like their best work is their older stuff, in my opinion. They're still really good though, and their live sets. I mean, it's the pandemic, so But if you can ever go to an infected mushroom live set, do it. It's so the energy is unlike so many of the other concerts that I've been to. It is insane. Just recommend you be careful if you're in the middle / front. It gets people start falling over and stuff. It's a lot, but it's amazing. I've been to 2 of their lives. It's really, really great. They also start really late at night. Like if they say like their set is gonna start at like at 9 p.m., expect them to start at like 11 p.m. and then it'll go until like 4. They don't care. It'll go until like 4 a.m. Like they do not care. Jane, you like infected mushroom too? Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Wait, what are you talking about? Mammoths and ST tigers? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you guys are... Oh, got you. Bring back... Okay, yeah. Yep, they're doing that. They're doing that. Pretty cool. Love Fest? What the heck was Love? I don't even know what Love Fest is. Yeah, I used to go to quite a few festivals. I have a lot of insane stories from festival going. Oh man. I'm gonna start like combining things and getting more musculature in there. What am I working on? Two spin. I'm just sketching some creepy creature. More nightmare fuel. Yep. It's fun. In the metaverse. Okay. Thanks, Two Spin. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't miss the wing flaps. I actually think it was very distracting. It was just kind of like an unnecessary, like it's just kind of busy for no reason, and it takes away from like the overall like bumpy anatomy thing that was going on, and the head crest. You want to like talk about you know, where to bring attention to your model, then you got to think about where you're using certain shapes. So having something giant like that competes with this overall head crest shape that's going on here. It's like, why have it? Hi Shader, thank you. How long have I been using ZBrush? I have been using ZBrush for 6 years, maybe going on 7. Just a clenched buttocks. Always the clenched butts. Always want them clenched buddies. Buddy butts. More res. Start to up-res everything here. When you buy a perpetual license to ZBrush, I come with it. I see. Is it because I'm focusing so hard? Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry. Yeah, ZBrush is definitely, in my opinion, it's easier to get into now because of how many resources are out in the wild for learning. There's so many tutorials out there, it makes it easier to get into. What would be the reason to have more than 2 hands? I don't know. What do you do with your hands? Would you like to double that? Would you like to triple that? Would you like to quadruple that? Perhaps more? In evolutionary terms, this wouldn't be evolutionary, but maybe we're thinking about it on, okay, so if you want to say, okay, what's the point in having more than 2 sets of hands? Potentially you could look at octopus, right? Octopus are a good example of a multi-appendage, highly intelligent creature. They don't have hands, but they have tentacles. So potentially if you were to think of another scenario where, you know, you would have multiple appendages with like kind of like hand, like finger-like things or something like that. Maybe it wouldn't be 5 fingers. Maybe it would just be like 3 on each. Who knows? Whatever helps dexterity. So if through evolution, multi-appendages were proving useful for problem solving or resource gathering and dexterity, then that would be chosen over and over again as a successful trait, and you'd have something with multi-appendage. It just really depends on like different scenarios, and your imagination is kind of the limit unless you're strictly keeping yourself to terrestrial, what we already know about evolution and biology. But that's not necessarily like, I mean, it's speculation, but it doesn't necessarily mean that something has to be carbon life form, right? Something can be something else potentially. We don't know. So in terms of how does something evolve evolutionary wise on a different planet with a different soup, who knows? Your imagination is there. As long as you make it make sense in some way, shape, or form, you can buy it. Yeah, it's not necessarily that they have brains in each tentacle, but their nervous system is like their neurons are all across their body. So each one can think differently, send signals to the rest of their arms and be like, hey, do we agree with this? And then they'll all work together that way very, very quickly, which is super cool. And their cells are very different from everything else as well. So life and intelligence, it comes in many different forms. And I am sure that if we were to find some kind of life on a different planet, it would surprise us there too. Hi, Monty. You poke on my leg. You go poke. Oh, I do not like these like high-pitched drum things, the steel drums. Not a fan. Machines compensate for a lack of hands. I mean, well, yes, but computer like AI compensates for our inability to run multiple like instances and things like that all at the same time. Like, we're pretty limited. As complex as the human brain is, it cannot do intense tasks like the way that computers can. So we also use that for assistance. Kind of cool to think about how evolution doesn't necessarily need to be a physical thing only, or like, you know, how your like your brain evolves or anything, but evolution of ideas and concepts as well is, you know, maybe if you're looking at this more on a philosophical like scale, or not scale, but I cannot say that. I have always had a problem saying that. Let me try. I could say philosophy. Philosophical. I get tongue twisted on that for some reason. I don't know why. Weird. Philosophical. Heh. Such a weird word to me. Philosophical. Don't trim, I swear to God. Philosophical. That's easier to say than philosophical. Oh my God, I get like, I don't know. No, I know I got it, but it just feels so, isn't it? It's a weird mouthfeel when you're saying philosophical. Like, it feels like something else should be there. Philosophical. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Oops. My oh, did I turn? Hannibal! I have to ask Google how to spell stuff all the time. I'm really bad at speaking in general. I am, like, yeah. I mean, people who watch me know how bad I am with speech. A lot of the time I get hung up on a lot of words and I do a lot of pauses and stuff like that. It almost feels like blockers. I hit blockers and I have to it feels like I have to really force the word out of me, which is probably why I say like a lot and I use a lot of filler words, and I'm trying to get better at that. But it's like I hit walls a lot of the time when I'm speaking, and when I say like the mouthfeel of words feel weird, it does. It feels like I have to force my mouth to move to say things sometimes. On certain words, it's really rough for me. Philosophical is one of those. Like I have to force them. I have to force it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Weird stuff. What does Transpose Master do? Transpose Master is actually really great. T-Pose Mesh, I use that a lot of the time to get better silhouettes. So essentially, it will take all of your subtools, put them into one subtool at the lowest subdivision that they have currently available. So if you have no subdivisions, whatever. If you have subdivisions, it'll all low res everything and it'll throw it into one mesh. And then you can make overarching like decisions and changes in T-Pose Mesh. And then once you're done making those changes, you can say T-Pose to sub-T, and it will actually take all of what you just put over there and bring it back and split it up into the subtools that it already was, like before you had put it over there, with the changes applied to it. So you can make big design changes that way. That's usually what I do. I throw it over there. Let me, I think I'm gonna Dynamesh this thing again. Let me do a quick save as. Bling. Hi, Zachary. Why do T-Rex have short arms? Well, they evolved that way, right? They didn't need to use them. They evolved in the direction of their, their jaws being good enough, and they would use their really strong back legs as well to hold on to things. They didn't necessarily need their arms to do a lot of what they did. It's theorized actually that T-Rex was kind of a scavenger, interesting enough. I'm not an expert on T-Rex though. I'm sure people will want to correct me. There's a lot of theories around what Tyrannosaurus Rex, got up to. But if you want to see something absolutely ridiculous, is look at Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus has these like little that is hilarious, hilariously. It's a snake. It's like it's just zooming through life, man. Let me show you. Carnotaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs. Let me show you my favorite dinosaur. Let's see. Oh, wait, where's my Carnotaurus? Wait, go back. Oh my god. I want to show you my favorite dino. Hey guys. I'm sharing my favorite dinosaur with you. What's your favorite dinosaur? Mine is Carnotaurus. Look at these, look at this, look at these little arms. Look at these little stubby wubbies. Look at him go, man. Look at him go. He's just like, look at him go, man. Get it, dude. Hell yeah. Little stubby wubby. Oh, hell yeah. Little stubby wubby. Carnotaurus is a beast, man. Look at this. Look at this. He don't need no arms. He just got stubs. Go, Carnotaurus. Get it. No, Carnotaurus is a lot smaller than Tyrannosaurus. Philosophically. Yeah, it's one of those words that's a really weird mouthfeel to me, and I have to like, it feels like I'm pushing through concrete. Like I'm just like trudging through mud trying to say it. It's always been that way, and there's like a bunch of different words that are like that for me. I don't know if they primarily scavenged, right? But there are a lot of different theories as to like how Tyrannosaurus kind of like hunted and things like that. Some people have suggested that Carnotaurus used its little silly arms as display structure, flopping around feathers like a loon to attract mates. That would be interesting. It's a shame that none of those like feather-like patterns were really preserved, though. But like, if something is going to get rid of, if it's something like evolution-wise, right? If something is gonna get rid of its arms per se, or like a fish getting rid of its fins, turning them into handsies, that's like, that happens over a series of like many years, right? Like it doesn't just happen. So when you see bones of creatures with little floppy arms that don't seem to do anything, it's like they're mid-evolution. Like they're in a process right now. They're getting there. They're getting somewhere, but they haven't quite got there yet, you know? Hey Zambi, how's it going? Oh, okay, I guess it's like reminder time. This is not technically a tutorial, by the way. This is not a tutorial, this is a sketch session, and I love to answer questions and interact with chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, yes, it is a sketch and discussion session. That's why it's a stream, rather than just a tutorial on YouTube. For those who like to tell me, stop talking about things not related to ZBrush. What are your favorite dinosaurs, though? Do you guys have favorite dinosaurs? When I was a kid, I used to run home after school to draw dinosaurs. Everything was dinosaur themed for me. I loved my dinosaurs. You guys are all raptor fans. Gigantosaurus and Ankylosaurus. It's another one of those words. I'm stuck on it. That thing from last Jurassic Park movie? Which thing? There's so many. Oh, do you mean the modified one? Okay. Cosmoceratops. Which one is that? What's Cosmoceratops? I don't want to see. What's a Cosmoceratops? Let me see. Oh, he's got like a weird. He's got like bangs. He has bangs. Yo, he's got a haircut, but with horns. Weird. What the heck? Ugh. He's so weird. I love it. What was the point in that? That's so strange. Been sculpting dinosaurs like crazy lately for the dinosaur hunting game you're working on. Ooh, cool. Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, that thing is insane. It's the size of a Cessna. Wingspan is. Ankies. Yeah, it's Ankylosaurus. There we go. Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus. My bad. Got it, master. Patchy. Oh, yeah, those are cool too. I like them. They seem like they'd be gentle though. I like the vicious ones. 66 million years ago, you were a mouse? I was a mouse. Why? Am I missing something? Is there a reason why I was a mouse? Concavinator. What the heck is a... That sounds brutal. Concavinator? My favorite thing is the... Wait, concavinator? What? Look at that little pathetic game hum. What you doing with that, boy? What exactly do you think you're doing with that? What is that? You think you're cool? What is this? Concavinator. You think you're so cool with your little boop. Bro, what is this? This looks like an error. It looks like somebody literally like grabbed the move brush on their sculpt and went whoops. What are you doing with that? What do you think? What exactly do you think you're doing with that? Look at him go! Look at him go! Yeah, weight painting issue on the dinosaur. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ziggia. I was like, oh my gosh, does it have a thagamus? Wait, is that what it's called? The thagamizer. The thagamizer? You know what the thagamizer is? Dude, I love that. The Stegosaurus, the back part of it, scientists are literally like, I don't know what to call this. It's the thagamizer from that one comic that guy was making a joke about it, and the scientists were just kind of like, yeah, let's just take that name. It's called the thagamizer. Now this end is called the thagamizer after the late Thag Simmons, and then scientists were like, yes, that's exactly what it's called. They actually named the spiky end of the Stegosaurus's tail after some guy made fun of how scientists name things in a comic via caveman speech. Farside, yes! Farside, yes, that's what it was. Yes. So good. Yeah, it was Farside. That's so funny. The Thagamizer. Still my favorite. Gary Larson, yes. Oh man. Classic. Paleontologists were just like, you know what? That's actually that's pretty good. That's better than what I was just literally gonna call it the spiky thing, but in Latin. Thagamizer sounds bad. Yes. I do really love how pragmatic scientists are when they name things, though. They're pretty. They're. I mean, it's pretty. like astronomers, for example. Like they made a big telescope, right? They made a big telescope, and they were like, you know what? This is a pretty big telescope. We're gonna call it the Very Large Telescope. I'm not even joking. The Very Large Telescope, and then they made an even bigger telescope after that telescope. Wait, what? And then that one was called, I think, the Super Big, something like that. Wait, the Very Large Telescope versus the, which one is it? The VLT versus the. There was something else. Yeah, they did. They named it another, like. Huh, Greg, let me find it. Hold on. It's the largest telescope in the world. Very large. No, I need to know now. Very Large Telescope, and then there's. Shoot. I'm not gonna find it. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue right now. What is a synonym for large? Anyways, joke's gone. It's over. You get the idea. They named it larger than the Very Large Telescope. I'm wondering if like the next one that they do is just absolutely giant telescope or something like that. Yeah, VLT, but then they named it, they had another one too. They named it, they got an even bigger one, and it's an even, whatever. I forgot what it's called. Ruined the joke. Hey, Rare! Something. I can't remember. Oh, the Space Telescope? Yeah, the James Webb Space Telescope. I'm very, very excited about. I woke up so early to see that thing launch. I was so excited that day. And then right after I watched the James Webb Space Telescope launch, and I called everybody that I needed to on Christmas and only talked about the James Webb Space Telescope and nothing else to them. After that was all done, I ended up watching Don't Look Up immediately afterwards. It was a very space Christmas. That's all that happened on Christmas Day, was just space. Thanks, Sergio. What's that, Chris? Pay money for what? Here's power. Wish. Wish, 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 wish. Did that help? Woohoo! When vertebrates have more than 4 limbs, do you imagine they have an extra pelvis or pair of scapula? I mean, if you're trying to make it make sense, muscular wise, yes, it could potentially have an extra pair of the goods. Sorry I'm spending so much time on hands. I really like hands. Doing hands is a lot of fun. This creature has knobby knuckles just like me. Got really knobby knuckles. It's hard for me to wear any kinds of rings because my knuckles are so freaking knobby. A lot of times that like I'll be done streaming if, or like, you know, wearing rings for a day or something, and then I have to struggle to get them off. Even as soon as I put them on, my knuckles are so knobby. I'm gonna have some very sculptable old woman hands when I am old. That is for sure. Very witch-like. They're already getting there. Hold on, I'll look at chat in a sec. Photos now and do a time lapse when you're 90. What, like of my hands? Look at, like, they're very, you can see like the knobbiness. My knuckles. This one specifically. Yeah. Yeah. Knobby knuckles, knobby knuckles. I'm gonna have witch hands when I'm old. It just do be like that. What music is this? This is Pretzel Rock stuff. Here. When the sculpt is talking to you? Oh yeah, when you're just like getting into it. Yeah. Then oh, broke it. Well, I mean, sometimes I have to look at chat. Usually the beginning of streams everybody's very talkative and then it dies down and I get a little bit more zoned in the last, we've got like 10 more minutes. Yeah, we can do some poly paint here. Okay. I'm also gonna do some like Hi, Zachary. Yeah, time flies. I know. I know. How had could this be? It's saying hello. Come into my heart. Hello. Maybe I should give it a little bit more coverage. Chunkier. Save. He's a big guy. Ding. Got beautiful eyelashes. And I can get a trimmer. Oh my god. I mean, dude, you can Geiger it, whatever you want to do, man. I mean, even if it is that, right? Like, what's the point in being like immature about if it is or not? When you're talking about art, it's about expression. When you're talking about fear, you know, even just that reaction, if we're talking about something that's supposed to be creepy, a lot of the time it does move more towards I guess that realm of sexual, but gotta be more or less family friendly here, so nothing is hyper explicit. There's nothing wrong with that. Thing is, like, if you're like, you're gonna be an artist, you kind of gotta go. Like, I'm not saying you're not over it. I'm just saying if you are gonna be more serious about being an artist, you know, even with life drawing and everything like that, you kind of gotta get over that that idea that like the naked body and body parts in general are gross and weird and funny and you laugh at them. Once you get over that, then you're good. You can explore a lot more with your art. What time is it? 10. Oh. Peace. I guess the question is, do I bring this over to my channel and keep going? Kinda in the zone. Could jump over to my channel and keep this going. Keep the party going. Yeah, you guys want to? Alright. Deck it. I'm gonna go over to my channel. I'm gonna have to tell everybody though. So once I get started on my channel, I'll probably have to send out a couple of notifs, but... Alright, I'm gonna go over to my channel and keep this going because I'm on a roll right now. Here, I'll put this here anyways, since this is what we did during this session. Ooga booga. It is an ooga booga. Oogity boogity. Oogity goobity. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I am gonna go and hang out on my channel in like 5 minutes. I'll go live on my channel or whatever. My channel... Here we go. Enjoy. And If you guys aren't already following the Pixelogic channel, though, I highly recommend you follow the Pixelogic channel, which is what you're watching right now, because other artists are going to be streaming here all week, next week, forever, always. You can enjoy a lot of different workflows and a lot of different personalities, different skill sets. I highly recommend you follow this channel. Give if you saw what if you liked what you saw and you want to give ZBrush a try, you haven't yet, you can get a free trial of ZBrush for 30 days. Yeah, 30 days. You can get a free trial of ZBrush, and the what's it called? There's a free forever version that you can use like as a super like watered down version of ZBrush that helps you kind of just learn to get into 3D sculpting in general. It's just Sculptress Pro, and that's called ZBrush Core Mini. So if you wanted to try a free version of it and not just the overall free trial, ZBrush Core Mini would be for you. And yeah, that's it. So follow ZBrush, and I'm gonna go over hang out on my channel. But if you're not gonna join me, then all of these are my socials if you want to keep up with anything that I post online or whatever the heck. Okay? Gucci? Gucci? Alright. Okay, bye bye. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye bye.